Hey guys, one of our learning targets for science is the students are learning about physical properties of the earth. This includes rocks, minerals, soil, water, and the different ways that they are useful. So today, since we're learning about that, we're going to build the layers of the earth with Play-Doh. If you want to build along with me, go grab 6 different colors of Play-Doh. Today I am using red, orange, yellow, brown, blue, and green. But if you don't have those colors, as long as you have 6 different colors, that will be helpful so you can see the different layers, okay? So if you need to pause the video and go grab your Play-Doh, go right ahead. Okay, let's go get started. The first layer is called the inner core. I've grabbed a small container of Play-Doh. You know, there's the regular size, and this is just a small. It's not even a whole container. It's probably about half. I have put it together and rolled it up into a ball. Okay, so this is going to be my inner core. This is a hot area. The temperature is very great here. Okay, there's lots of metal in here, and this inner core is actually solid. Now, the inner core is covered by the outer core, which will be our next layer. Before I go to the outer core, normally I do this project as a synergizing project with a partner, and I let them roll a little bit and I'll roll a little bit. We'll take turns. So then at the end, beginning with the end in mind, we cut it in half and we both have our own layers of the earth and we get to label it. If you want to do this with a partner, you can. Okay, but I'm just going to do it by myself today. So we got the inner core, and then I'm going to go to my next color, which is going to be orange. I'm grabbing another small container. I'm not going to use quite the whole container, but I am going to use more than I did for the inner core. Reason being, I want to cover that layer, okay? So I'm going to roll it a little bit, but I'm going to flatten it out. You can flatten it out on, get permission from your parents to wherever you want to flatten it. Sometimes I use a clipboard if we're going around the classroom. You can use table if there's no tablecloth on it, or if you're allowed to use the table, just find a spot that's not going to get you in trouble for getting it dirty. And then flatten it out. And then you're going to take your inner core and wrap it with the outer core, okay? And I just pinch it kind of like a I keep wanting to say egg roll, but it's not an egg roll. But pinch the outsides either way. And then, when you got the outsides pinched, you can roll it again. Don't push the Play-Doh down too hard. If you do, you will damage the inner core. You don't want to damage the inner core. Okay, so now we've got your inner core and your outer core. Your outer core is actually made out of liquid. This is also a very high temperature. Hopefully you're watching the brain pop videos that go along with this and the other things that were sent out with your lessons, so you can learn a lot more about these layers. Okay, so I have that. I have my 2 layers now. If you need to at any point in time, if you need more time than I'm giving you, just pause the video and then do what you need to do until you're ready for the next layer. Now I'm going to move along to the mantle. I've got me some yellow Play-Doh. I used the whole container this time because it's going to be even larger. So I'm going to need to be able to wrap it around my next layer. Okay, the mantle is the layer below the crust and on the outside of the outer core. It's the largest layer of the earth. And I'm going to wrap it around and do the same thing, pinch it, go around. Almost like cooking Okay, I'm going to pinch that extra off. And you don't have to waste this Play-Doh now because these is not mixing colors. I can take that and put it right back in my bin there. Okay. Now the mantle is divided into 2 different regions. Now I got a little orange that's trying to escape there. You want it to be a complete layer because, like I said, beginning with the end in mind, knowing I've done this before, when you cut it, if it's not covered in all spots, you might miss a layer somehow. So make sure it's thick enough to cover the whole entire ball. And if you don't need to, one of those pieces you pinched, you can use it to cover up the spots that are missing. But what I was saying was the mantle is divided into 2 different sections, the upper and the lower section. Okay, so I'm going to roll it like a meatball and make that one a little bit more. And then after the mantle is the crust. Now I'm going to use brown for the crust today because the crust is kind of, this is your soil layer. This is what we get to see when we're digging into the earth in the backyard. The crust, I've got the bigger container. They didn't have a whole lot of brown when we were searching for brown, so luckily we had some wonderful volunteers that found some. The crust is like the skin of an apple. It's very thin compared to the other layers. So you can make it thin, but still make it where you'll be able to see it when it gets divided into halves. The crust only makes up 1% of the earth. It's kind of hard to believe because that's what we see, the soil. But that's true. But the crust of the earth is broken into many pieces called plates. Okay? So what was our last layer? That was the mantle, right? So we're covering the mantle with the crust. See? Gotta squeeze it. And pinch it. You getting good at it now? Gets easier as you go, except for the fact that you gotta flatten it out. But it's fun. Playing with Play-Doh's fun. And you're learning. Okay, so I'm pinching it off. This was taking a little bit more effort because I made it a thin layer. Now I'm gonna do my meatball roll again. And the next layer is going to be the water, the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the streams. And where we said that the crust is only 1% of the earth. Did you know that water is 71%? It's a lot. All that we just made, the water is 71%. So if you want to use more water to show that, you can. What I normally do is take flat pieces of water and just lay them on there, trying to show that quite a bit, 71% of the earth is made up of water. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. See, it's starting to look like the earth. Now mine is not going to be to scale. I don't know where to put the water and where to put the land. I could figure that out, but I think that would be a little over the top for today. So we're just gonna place it on there. And my chair is squeaking. So I'm gonna say that looks pretty good, like 71%. And now we need green, and green is gonna be our land. So the spots that have soil still showing, I'll try to cover up the soil with my land. Land makes up 29% of the earth. It's all very interesting to me. Thinking about what the earth is made of and what it's really all consists of. Okay, so this is where it gets more challenging. Trying to cover up the soil. Okay, so I need some more green. My little container did not cut it. Well, I do have a little bit left of my small container, which is good, because it's not good to open up a new Play-Doh unless you need it, because you don't want it to dry out, right? You already knew that, because you're smart. Okay, so once you get all your green on there, and you have it done, like I said, you may pause the video because it takes a little longer. This is the last bit, so it's going to take longer. Yeah, still have a little brown there. Once you do that, you are going to need to get an adult to cut your earth in half. But if you have like a plastic knife, or I'm going to use a plastic spoon because I didn't have anything in my classroom today to do it with. You need to be very delicate. If you're doing it yourself and you're using plastic, you still have to be. I love my little earth. You have to be very delicate, okay? Because I like to move it around and slowly get it cut apart, because if you don't, you'll press too hard and all the colors will run together. So you just kind of cut it like that, okay? And then presto, layers of the earth. Then if you have toothpicks and either stickers or labels or anything else like that, you can label it. Inner core first, outer core next, then the mantle, the crust, which is your brown, your land, which is your green, and your water, which is your blue. And you can have your own little display of the layers of the earth. And you can share it with someone. You, when you get done, it is, when you're labeling, if you're going to label, the red is your inner core, the orange is your outer core, depending on what colors you did, the mantle is yellow, the crust is brown, or whatever color you made it. Water is blue, land is green. I hope you had fun today. Make sure you share your pictures with friends and family and tell them all about it.